Ollie, you said last week that the squad was short. I mean, that could be interpreted in a number of ways. I take it that you thought
that's short in fitness and preparation. That's what I was alluding to.
Yeah, but on the squad in itself, I think it's got about 31 players in it. Is this squad too big at the moment for a season that you've got ahead?
Well, there are players here that don't get much time for sure, and some of them will not be happy playing as little as they do when they feel they deserve to play more. Then again, it's a long and hard season, so the team you pick in the first league game is not going to be the same as in the 10th league game, and definitely not towards the end. So it's up to each and every individual there to be closer to selection and getting into the team, and then working hard every day.
Jamie Jackson.
Hi, Ollie. So Chelsea, Liverpool, Manchester City have all strengthened in this window markedly. You know, they're some of your kind of closest rivals. I know you've got Donny in, but surely you wouldn't be human if you weren't frustrated if he was the only player you were to add in this window, because of what I'm saying about your rivals. I mean, you know, if you don't strengthen considerably in this league, you stand still, don't you?
I think you show quite a bit of disrespect to Donny when you say he was the only player, because he's a top player and he strengthens our team. And of course we have to concentrate on ourselves. Different clubs have to be allowed to do whatever they do and feel they can. We are working hard to have a competitive squad and a competitive team. So if and when there's updates, we will give you them.
David McDonald.
Hi Ollie. You mentioned in the first section about Eric and Harry and what a good partnership there were. Can we see going forward them being a potential first choice defensive partnership for you?
You know, the players who play and the team that plays, when you find a team that gels together, it's easier to keep that team for a while. We saw in the after the restart how many games, I can't remember how many games we started with the same 11, but that was a team that found the feet and found the form. And I'm not going to take anything away from any individual here to stake a claim and be a regular, and it could be a partnership of any two strikers, any two in midfield, any two centre backs, wingers. We need to get some consistency in their performances.
Laurie Whitwell.
Hi, Ollie. Just picking up on the squad size, when you have players that aren't part of your plans or won't be getting match time, how does that work on the training pitches? You know, would you have them train with the 23s or would you have them in your squad?
No, it's different. Different ways they can get their fitness and sharpness, but of course, the first major how do you say? What's the word I'm looking for now? Contribution is for them to give 100% and be a part of the team themselves. They've got to want to be a part of a Man United team going forward, be part of this culture. If they don't, they'll have to train by themselves.
Ian Ladyman.
Hi, Ollie. You mentioned there about last season finding the same 11 and playing with consistency with the same team and how dangerous you became during that time. And I would suggest the key to that were players like Mason and Anthony and Marcus, for example, up front. Is there a danger at the moment with your current squad that when one or two of those players can't play or need a rest and you lose that explosive pace that you have, that you then become a much more easier team to play against? Is that a problem?
Well, they are top players, and I think any of the top teams, if they lose one, two, or three of their forwards, the creators, the ones who make the difference, of course, that can be an issue. Then that gives a chance to anyone else that believe they should be playing more to stake a claim. Those three that you mentioned, Mason, Marcus and Anthony, had a fantastic season last season. We want to develop them, of course, together as a three. Then you have players behind them that can create chances for them. So it's not just up to the front three, but it's the relationship together that you get used to each other. You're a split second ahead. The more you can play with the same players, of course, the better the team will be. And sometimes you're lucky with injuries and you don't lose them. If we lose one of them, I'm pretty confident that we have players that can step in.
Paul Hurst.
Hi Ollie, back when you were playing, you regularly had sort of 5 players scoring 10 goals across the season. I think when you signed Donny, you said you wanted to see more goals from midfield. That was one of the reasons that How important will that be this season, that you're not kind of overly reliant on that front four to score goals?
Of course, we had the front three, the three forwards that scored 60 odd goals. I can't remember how many. Then you had Bruno, who was he chipped in with the penalties and free kicks. We need more goals from our set plays. Harry is one of the best in the league of first contacts from set plays. Can we get more from that? Can we get more goals from midfield? Of course, that could give us extra points, or it needs to give us extra points. We've got players in Donny and Paul that definitely can chip in with more goals. Jesse, Juan, Dan James, they can get up there with a bigger tally as well.
Okay, last question for Rob Dawson.
Hi Ollie. You've mentioned before that because of the short summer that there may be a situation this season where you have to send players away on holiday during the season just to give them a break. Yep. Is that still the plan? And also, are you hoping for a little bit of help from international managers when the international breaks come, that maybe they won't pick some of the players who you feel need a break and they can go away and have some rest?
Well, I think to manage that, first of all, it's when you've got a big squad, you've got to think ahead, and you might just... The world has to change for them to be able to travel and get holidays as well. So at the moment, that's not an issue. So everyone's here, everyone's available. If you travel away, you're quarantined, and then suddenly you lose your form. So of course, I can't think about that now. Holidays, competitive games, that's different if they travel abroad. International managers, they've got the right to pick the players they want to have in the squad. And if we play as well as we hope we do, and we get many players away on internationals, that's a good thing. Then again, this season is not an easy one for players. It's going to be a mentally and physically draining one, and so it's important that both me and the international managers think about the players' fitness and welfare, because one, we need to do well in the season, but they also have the Euros at the end. So I think we can have a good communication there, and that's not going to be an issue.
Okay, thank you everybody.